money. Shout to the hood box office, nigga. They gon' tell you the news, blow your fuse, put your bitch under some new rules. I let your motherfucking boy Montana. Yo, what's poppin'? Your boy Fresh Montana, chopped and screwed, dope man. You already know. Shout to the hood box office, nigga.
Make sure you check out Girls Choke on your mobile device.
Okay, how y'all doing? This is your boy Pimpin Ken. Once again, we in Pimpin College, and we're gonna do it from a whole other state. Right now, we're in Jacksonville, Florida. Last time we did it was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I told y'all we was gonna take this pimping on the road, cross country pimping for real. I got my man, who is most dear to my city, Cuckoo Cal, and he's gonna sit in on the class today. And basically, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna speak on chapter 4, which most of y'all who have the book, says keep a hoe in arrears, keep a hoe in a hole. So basically, you know what I'm saying, when we use this analogy, keep a hoe in a hole, it's going to mean two things. It's going to mean actually keeping a bitch in a hole, but it's also going to mean taking control over the situation, always have people in a position where they need you. And that's what chapter 4 is all about. It's about position yourself where you're above a person to the point where they will always need you. And as long as they need you, then you have them up under your control or your will. Record labels do it all the time. We're going to expound on that, in the future of this conversation. So, and first of all, I want people out there in TV land to know we are not trying to teach anybody how to pimp. We're trying to teach you the pimp mentality. As I always say in my book, Pimpology, the 40 Laws of the Game. And this book here, this is the personal book, so you ain't gonna be able to see the cover. This is the black book, this is the one with the notes. You know what I'm saying? This is the one with all the gang. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read a quick verse, a quick paragraph from the chapter number 4, keep a hoe in the rears. And I'll paraphrase it. I had this one hoe, she was from Chicago, and she would always ask me, Daddy, why can't I keep any of the money? And I replied, a bitch gets no dough. I told her, and that's how pimping goes. Well, a lot of people would think that when you say that a bitch get no dough, that you're talking about that the bitch don't get no money, that you totally break this hoe and she ends up with nothing out the deal. Well, it would seem that way. But those of us who have the opportunity to be in the game, we know that if a woman give you her money, say if she give you $1,000 and the bill is $2,000, then you can actually go in the hole yourself. So the best way to keep control over the dame and over the situation, it is possible, or it is recommended that you keep the money. As long as you got the money, then you're able to give her management and not damagement. So to give you a better example, I'm going to have my man Cuckoo to read something, and then we're going to expound and elaborate on that a little bit. Cuckoo, read this paragraph. He's reading from chapter 4, page 20.
Yeah. Pimp says he keeps a hoe in the hole because she is irresponsible. But the real reason that the real reason is that the more someone depends on you, the more power you have over them. But to master someone completely, they have to depend on you for everything. When a pimp first gets with a hoe, he tells her to break herself. After that, she will only see money long enough to bring it to him. That's real pimp shit.
So Cuckoo, I mean, you've been in the game for years.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, you didn't deal with record labels, you didn't deal with shady characters and so on and so forth. In your opinion, you know what I'm saying, when they say keep a hoe in the rear, or when I say keep a hoe in the rear, what is your perspective on that? Can you talk to the camera and the people that don't know what you think about that?
Yeah, like, I mean, what I get out of it is basically kind of what you were saying. It's like you always stay 2 steps ahead of, you know what I'm saying, whatever you're trying to conquer or you know what I'm saying, control. You want to stay 2 steps ahead of it, because if you get ahead of you, you lose it. You know what I mean? or it's a possibility that you could lose it. But if you stay 2 steps ahead of it, it's like obvious,
It's obvious.
simple math.
Now, to break it down to you from the pimp perspective, because I like to get a pimp perspective and the square's perspective. Say, for example, if you have a female and she's a prostitute. Well, in the game, we got what you call a choosing fee. So if you mess with a woman and you let her hold all the money and she got $2,000, and she see another guy she like him, and she like him, by law she'll be able to give him that whole $2,000, which will automatically make you a loser. So one of the reasons why a lot of P's and a lot of people that's smart, the reason why they keep the money is because they know that as long as they got the money, and for one, she can't give it away, and for two, she's not going to go out there and buy no weed, she's not going to go out there and buy no dope, because the only way she can get something is she get it from you. And that's what it's all about. Sometimes you have to position yourself when you're in control. And the same thing, that's what your boss do. You know what I'm saying? When you at your job and you got a boss, the first thing your boss do is he tell you, I'm going to give you minimum wages. And if you work hard enough, and if you do good and you're a good worker, then I'm going to give you a raise. I'm going to give you a bonus. As long as he keep dangling that bonus in your face like a carrot, you'll always be chasing that prize, which in reality is nothing but a form of control. Many years ago, I was in prison, and I know when I was in prison, one of the things that the guard used to do to try to pimp us out, which was, when I say us, I'm talking about the inmates, is they would give us a TV, and then we'll be able to earn the privilege to get the DVDs to look at the TV, and we could get the radio, but it was always game. They would use it as a tool to control us. So if we act bad, they take the TV away from us. If we didn't make a good conduct, they won't allow us to earn the radio. You see what I'm saying? And that ain't nothing but pimp in another form. So not only does this law, keep a hole in the rears, apply to this book Pimpology, but it also applies to everyday life. Say for instance, if you up and coming pimp and you give your dame half the money, she said, well, I'm gonna give you 50. I got $100. I'm gonna give you $50. Well, I got $1,000. I'm gonna give you $500. And her bill is $1,000. What you gonna do? You gonna pay the $1,000 bill? Or you gonna give her $500 because that's all she gave you? Well, that's what you got to explain to her. You said, baby, if you get half the money, then you gonna only get half the attention. But when she give you all the money and she allow you to control her, then she'll get proper management. So that's one of the reasons why we keep a hole in the rears. We don't keep them in the rear because it's just something fun to do. It's because that's the only way that you can control your situation. You know what I'm saying? If you have a record label, you have to sign your artist to a long contract. We see it all the time. When you sign a contract, the first thing the artists do, they give you a 7-record deal. The reason why they give you a second record deal because they got you in the hole for 7 records. So if you try to blow up on the 2nd or 3rd record, they got control. They got the right to do what they call a cease and desist order to keep you from producing another record. So it's pimping on all different levels. When you go into other contracts, if you're a fighter, if you sign with Don King ain't gonna just let you win the championship. He's gonna get a guarantee that if you win the championship, that you have to get him first option at that money or at that next fight. Give you an example, this very book we're talking about. This to show you how keep a hole in the rear work on all levels. This to show you that this is just not some street shit and that any nigga on the street or any bitch on the street can apply it to their life. When I did this book deal, I signed a contract. In my contract it says first right of refusal. What that means is that I cannot get into another deal with any other book company without giving Simon & Schuster, which is owned by CBS, the first right of refusal to my book. So in so many ways, even Pimpin Ken was getting pimped. I was they hoe. They was keeping me in the rears. You know what I'm saying? They was keeping me in pocket. So if the book would have sold 1 billion books, they said, okay, well, we want to sell your next book. And there would be nothing I can do about it. That's what keep a hole in the rears is all about. You know, I can go more in depth, but I think I done gave you enough game. Like I said, for you street brothers out there, if you out there, you're dealing with a female, if you give her half the money, you know what I'm saying, and something happened, and she spent the other half, that's on you. Your game got to be tight enough where you don't allow that type of BS to go on, man. You got to be shy from here. You got to be a cold thinker. You got to know why you doing what you're doing. I mean, it's a method to the madness. If you out there and you so-called pimping or whatever, and you breaking on a bitch, hey man, it's mandatory that you break that bitch completely. A lot of people say, man, they don't even accept money from hoes because they like to break bitches. Niggas I know, man, they say, man, hey man, look here, man, I break on hoes. I don't accept money from bitches. You know, boyfriends and deal makers accept money from bitches. A real pimp, he ain't accepting no deals. He break the bitch because he like just breaking the bitch. He like keeping that hoe in the ribs. He like keeping that hoe in the hole. He like keeping that hoe dependent on some pimping. So when that bitch wake up in the morning, like Pretty Tony said, if she got a dime, she might go crazy. Ain't that's what he said in the movie? So this is real pimping, but it's also real life. I mean, people do it all the time. When you get with a woman, and she, you know, y'all be together 5 years, she give you the pussy all you want, she do everything you ask her to do, she the nicest person as soon as you marry her. You know what I'm saying? She changed on you, she become a whole other person. You know what I'm saying? People do it on all different levels. They ain't even the same person. You met one person, and then all of a sudden, you know, once you get married 2 years later, you got a whole other person. You're like, bitch, I didn't marry you. Where Tanika at? I want the Tanika bitch back. Ah, nigga, you my husband. Don't talk crazy to me. She got you in the rears. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing. You know what I mean? As long as she got that paper on you, she control you. As long as you got that paper, you control them. As long as the record label got that paper, they control you. So it's all about control. That's why we keep people in the rears. We keep people in the rears because it's a control, and the person that can't get from you that easy. So, man, it's been a blessing, man. And like I said, I'm going to close out, you know, well, I'm going to read a little something from you. Like I said, if you don't have this book, make sure you go get it. It's the only way you can get this information, if you listen to what I'm saying and you study. I'm going to read a little bit before, you know, we go, and I'm going to read that chapter 4, page 20. I'm going to read the last sentence. It says, not wanting to take it is what makes someone a hoe in the first place. Meaning, one not want to take control of themselves, one not want to control their own money, that's what makes them a hoe. When you're an artist, and you out there, you rapping, and you say, just give everything to the label, let them give them my masters and all that, whether you want to accept it or not, you's a hoe. When you's a good employee and you work for a major corporation and you got talent and skills, and you just go in there and you give them all your skills, and you just give them all your knowledge and wisdom and understanding, and don't ask for nothing in return, and you sign your life away, you sign with that company for whatever reason, and you can't get out that deal, you're in the rears. You's a hoe. Now, I want to say something on the male and the female side. A lot of you guys, you know what I'm saying, y'all be breaking yourself out to them things too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go home and y'all give her the whole check and she control your money, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, for you females, you know what I'm saying, that might have something to say about that. Just think about that dude that gives you all that money, who go and work that construction job, who go and work at McDonald's and work at all these other places, and you get all this money, and he ain't got nothing to spend but gas money, you got his ass in the rears too. So don't just try to blame it on the pimping. We all, at some point, try to control people by taking their money or putting them under contract. So that's chapter 4. The next chapter is chapter 5. I want to thank all y'all. Make sure you go tell a friend, let them know that, you know, this Pimp College is serious. We got 48 classes. I mean, we didn't cover 4 classes now. I got my man Cuckoo. Cuckoo, say something. Oh, let me explain y'all who Cuckoo is. Cuckoo is the one that did My Projects. In My Projects, you know the song. I'm saying, my man, he not only did that, but he also have a few more hits. He got a new album called Cocaine Cowboys, and he's one of my celebrity, what I call celebrity, hometown celebrity guests, you know, because I try to, you know, give y'all more than my side. So Cuckoo, if you want to close, man, you want to say something about, what we just talked about the rears,
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, it's a blessing to be here, you understand, to get this game from a real pimp, you know what I'm saying, been holding it down in Milwaukee, Wisconsin from day one, you know what I'm saying, he in the books, it's in the book, and you know what I'm saying, other than that, you know what I'm saying, pick up that new album, mandatory release, and new singles, where they do that at, man, and keep it pimping.
yeah, and this is what now on thisispimpin.com. You are now a official student. I know y'all call me Ken, I ain't Pimpin Ken, but I prefer y'all to call me Professor Ken. Remember, that's the new name, Professor Ken, PK, Professor Ken. Get that in your head. From now on, when you hear me on that album, you see me on videos, you hear me and I say Professor Ken, that's me. Okay, peace. That's a wrap.
Hoodboxoffice.com. Introducing Dope Raider, Dope Rhyme again. Luke Skywalker, Tulaku. Hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want a party. Hey, we want some pussy away. Hey, we want some pussy. Hey, we want some pussy. I'm gonna fuck every bitch in every demon door, every bitch in the world. I'm gonna fuck every stunt, every stump, every trap, every trash in the world.
You know what I'm saying, man? Shout to the hood box office, nigga. They gonna tell you the news, blow your fuse, put your bitch under some new rules. I let your motherfucking boy Montana. Yo, what's poppin'? Your boy Fresh Montana, chopped and screwed, dope man. You already know. Shout to the hood box office, nigga.
Make sure you check out Girls Choke on your mobile device.